Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to present our work, but before that, let me take this opportunity to introduce ourselves first. First of all, we are Group 5 consisting of Mr. Marlon Santos, our leader, Ms. Joceline Aldovino, Ms. Karylle Ann C, Mr. Victor Delos Reyes, Mr. Aldrin Lintag, Ms. Ajiah Mag-usara, and last but not least, Ms. Reyes Tagapaan. Again, we are Group 5 and we welcome you to Sociological Criticism 101. I hope you will learn something new and enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you.
So, what is sociological criticism? Who introduces the sociological criticism? What is the purpose of sociological criticism?
Sociological criticism. According to the Google Arts and Culture, sociological criticism is literary criticism aimed at understanding literature in its broader social context. It codifies literary strategies used to represent social constructs using a sociological methodology. And from my standpoint, sociological criticism examines flawed social structures and seeks practical solutions through specific measures, radical reform, or even revolutionary change. Sociological approach to literature also often entails analyzing how a work of literature reveals structural inequalities that are still relevant today. Sociological approach to literature critically analyzes the social, political, and economic context in which a work of literature was produced. But who introduces this theory? Kenneth Burke is the one who introduces the sociological criticism. Kenneth Burke, a philosopher of language whose criticism and theories had a major impact on many American writers and thinkers in the mid-20th century. His often dense, theoretical criticism were almost unknown to the reading public, and Mr. Burke himself was something of an obscure figure who was one of the founders a half-century ago of what was then called the New Criticism in America. Kenneth Burke has a little influence on sociology. Those few sociologists making use of his work rely on his theories of dramatism and symbolism.
And next is, what is the Marxist approach?
Marxist criticism is an approach to diagnosing political and social problems in terms of the struggles between members of different socioeconomic classes. Drawing from this approach, criticism does not aim at the flaws of particular individuals, even if they have attained position of power. Instead, such an approach focuses on how social life is structured by class, opposition that are determined by laboring relationships, or in other words, Marxist criticism seeks to show how the economically powerful explode and dominate the economically disadvantaged. Moreover, Marxist criticism also points to how class conflict is obscured and hidden in ideology.
What about feminist criticism?
Feminist criticism may bring in tools from other critical disciplines such as historical analysis, psychology, linguistics, sociological analysis, and economic analysis. Feminist criticism may also look at intersectionality, looking at how factors including race, sexuality, physical ability, and class are also involved.
Let's proceed to the two examples of literary works where the approach may be used.
Ayaw by Siddhartha. Anong laman ng isipan mo? Nagiging agresibo sa aking paghina. Lumalakas loob mo. Ako pa rin ba ang punot dulo nito? This song talks about harassment. Some men thinks a short dress or low-cut blouse is an invitation. When somebody says no, it means no. In this singer, Siddhartha's Ayaw opens eyes to the realities of harassment and the importance of consent.
Next example is
Rise Up by Andrade. When the silence is not quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. This song is about overcoming problems or rising again. I chose this because I noticed the world is slowly rising from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Last but not least, a sample review paper on how the approach is used.
For instance, if we were applying a sociological approach to Harper's Lee novel To Kill a Mockingbird, we might examine the presentation of structural racism in the United States criminal justice system and make connection to the current state of the system. Such critical analysis would highlight how the criminal justice system has been reproducing legacies of slavery for generations.
Thank you, presenters, and that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching Sociological Criticism 101. I hope you did learn something new and you did enjoy the rest of the video. Again, we're Group 5, saying goodbyes, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.